Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is so good to see you today. Welcome to our Facebook Live. I am Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. I'm just quick checking to make sure that everything has gone right and we're actually broadcasting. Let me check here. Okay, good. It looks like we are. Excellent. Ellie had a bath this morning and then she pulled at her little rubber band. So she's got her hair kind of messed up. Linda, good to see you. Polly, Libby, good to see you from North Carolina. How's the weather out there? Tammy, Becky, good to see all of you guys. It is warm here. My husband just said it was 90 degrees. Ross, happy Wednesday. Tina, yes, it's 90 degrees on our patio right now. This is more typical San Diego weather. Warm in September and October. What we had the past couple weeks was lovely, nice and cool. Hi, Kay, good to see you. But now we're kind of back to normal. We've got the air conditioner on today, and this is our typical standard warm September and October. Marcia Long, good to see you. Cindy Reed from Canada, good to see you. So I've got a fun card today that's going to take just a little bit of time because we're going to, Polly, mid-60s there and too cool for you. I would love it, but it sounds wonderful. But I love just the not super hot, the not super cold. I like being in the middle. 60 in Pennsylvania, Becky. Okay. You had shoulder surgery yesterday, Marcia. Oh, goodness. I hope you're okay. Get better. 63 there in Pennsylvania. Hi, Holly. Good to see you. Yep. 102, Vicki Eakins in Arizona, of course. That's a warm girl right there. 102. Boy, oh boy. We're not that bad. But I hear ya. 73 in Wilmington, North Carolina. See, that's lovely. I think I'm kind of a North Carolina girl at heart. You know, a back east girl at heart as far as weather-wise and beautiful trees. Yeah, Marcia, feel better. I'll be praying for you. I'm so sorry you had shoulder surgery. But hopefully it will really work. I've heard good things, that can be a good thing. So I hope that really works for you. Well, I have some cards to show you guys, cards that I've received, and some very special ones. Okay, the first one is from my customer, Judith. And she knows I like that stamp set with the typewriter. Isn't that a cute one? I really like that. And that paper, we're not going to use that exact sheet, but it's from the set we're going to use today called Inked Botanicals, is the set of paper, the designer series paper. That's real, and I love the way she combined it with the gray. That looks really good, doesn't it? Diane Emerson, Alabama. Cindy in Canada is 57. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, we're all saying feel better. But the big thing I want to show you is I got a little package from Anthony, and I can't wait till he comes on. I just got it the other day, and it's got quite a few things I want to show you. Okay, here's the card. He is Anthony in London, okay, you guys? He is an amazing card maker, an amazing artist, and he's very precise. Check this out. Look how beautiful that is and how detailed and the gorgeous colors. Okay, this is his card, and look at how cute this is. He's got a little stamp, it's a label for the back. He must print that up. Isn't that cute? Okay, but wait till you see what else he sent. He went on a visit to the Canterbury Cathedral, and he sent me all kinds of postcards and some little bookmarks. So I'm going to show them to you. I have been to London, but I did not see the Canterbury Cathedral. And you guys, I've been reading some history. It is amazing. Look at that. Look at that. It's like, oh, what do they call it? A something site. You guys can remind me, a world site. Let me look on this one. It doesn't say, but check out, this is what it looks like from the front. Look at that. He went there, and they give tours and everything. So he sent me these beautiful postcards, and then here are the bookmarks. And they have little prayers on the back. He said, I think some nuns there gave them to him. Beautiful bookmarks. I'm just thrilled to have these, and that he would send these to me. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a nut about bags, bags from different places. He sent them to me in the bag from the Canterbury Cathedral. I just love them. Oh my gosh, it was such a treat. So of course I'm going to send him a special thank you and so forth. But I wanted to show that to you guys because it's just so cute. Okay, so other things going on and news. Yes, everybody's talking about Marcia. We all, Marcia, yeah, numbness and pain. We'll be praying for you, Marcia. I'm glad you're with us. I hope it cheers you up to be with us. Okay, news. We've got news. I always put it down as news on my notes so I remember to tell you. And I have this puny little picture. But did you guys happen to notice that the Hanukkah set is now available? Mine should come shortly, but here it is. I'll put it up close. Let's see if I can get it close so you guys can see it. So it's available now, and it's called Celebrate the Miracle. And here is the item number, and it's $24. And they are committed to having it around for quite a while, but that doesn't mean they won't kind of sell out and then have to remake right there in Utah. But I am so excited. They were determined and so kind to get it out in time for Hanukkah for all our Jewish friends. And so be sure to let Stampin' Up know if by purchasing it, or just if you're a demo, we have a little place where you can write comments to Stampin' Up, because it's just was so nice of them to get that all ready. I'm just so thankful. Okay, the next news is beginning October 3rd, and this is all I have so far. I'll have more flyers and I have details, but I have more flyers next week. So that's next Tuesday. We're having a joining special. If you are not a Stampin' Up demonstrator, it's not a serious thing as far as woohoo. All it means is save money. It's the ultimate bundle, you guys. We love bundles. Bundles are stamps and dies, or stamps and punches bundled together for a special price. Well, getting the starter kit is the ultimate Stampin' Up bundle. You can get so much for your value, and they are having a special. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can really read this, because it is a little numeric, and I'm kind of not a numbers person. Okay, there are two options for their 35th, I almost said wedding anniversary. For their 35th anniversary, Stampin' Up has been in business 35 years. And so their starter kit special is two options. Option one, you get 35% off the cost of the starter kit, which is normally $99, and you get $125 in product. So if you want to take that option one, you get 35% off, and that means $64.35 is what you pay for $125 worth of product. So that's option one. I mean, it's like a no-brainer. If you order even one bundle, it's between $40 and $60. And the reason I am encouraging you is because this is such a great value, and I'll tell you the next option in a minute, but I forgot to say that once you get this the starter kit and you're a demonstrator, you get 20% off every single order. Okay? So 20% off all your favorite things. I mean, it is a no-brainer. That's why I joined. That's why everybody joins, because it's a no-brainer. Okay, option 2. So the first option was get 35% off the price of the starter kit. That was option 1. Option 2 is get 35% more with the starter kit. So you still spend the same $99, but instead of $125 in product of your choice, you get $168.75 in product. You guys, $168 in product? That's amazing for $99. And so this special joining offer is available from October 3rd to October 31st. And so I'll remind you again this Friday so that you can be ready on the 3rd. I mean, nothing expires. It's not like that. But I just am so excited for this special. And I want to make sure that everybody knows about it and can take advantage of it. I'm going to put Ellie down. She's ready to get down because it's just a great special. And if you love Stampin' Up, if you use their products, then the best the best value is to get the starter kit. Okay, so that was option 2. Now more news. So I am working I do my classes to go and my faith creations classes every month. I try to do them both every month. Sometimes I don't get both of them in. But I'm working on a new system for everybody signing up and paying, where it's much more automatic, and I don't have it quite going yet. I'm hoping to have it going tomorrow. But I have a class coming up and I want to show it to you. So it's called Sunflowers and Pumpkins. It's a class to go, just a regular class to go. But what I'm offering is, well, you make 6 cards, 2 each of 3 designs, and you will get the Abundant Beauty masks, which are fabulous, and you have the option to get the Pick of the Patch bundle, because these cards use both. So let me show you. You're the first ones to see. I don't even think my husband looked at these, but these are the cards that are going to be in the class to go. But again, I'm just showing you in advance because I'm hoping I have my new system working tomorrow. Okay, so here is one of the cards, beautifully embossed down here with the new Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. And like I mentioned, it uses the Abundant Beauty masks to make the sunflowers and the Pick of the Patch to make the pumpkins. So these are nice fall cards. And here's the second one. I really like this one. I think this one is really nice. And this is a mask that makes that background. Isn't that beautiful? And you'll get 2 ribbons with it too. 2 sets of not whole spools of ribbon, but plenty to make your cards. And I'm going to teach you how to use the masks if you've never used a mask. And then here's the third one. This could be my favorite too. I really like them all. Okay, here's the third one. And this is made with these, those are my little instructions. This is made with the beautiful masks and some berry burst on there. Look at how gorgeous that is. And I did not put a sentiment on this one so that you can put your own sentiment. Those are the 3 cards, you guys. So look for the kit. Hopefully I'll have the whole system up and running tomorrow. I think it's going to be an Amazon man. We're expecting an Amazon delivery. Okay, we'll get it. So let's go on to today's card. All right, we are going to make something fun using, and let me get my other camera going here. Let me see if I have it right. We're going to use the Fruitful Blessings stamp set. Okay, we'll get it, Ellie. Okay, here we go. This is the stamp set I want to show you. It's on page 45 of the mini catalog, the Holiday Mini, and it comes with dies and a beautiful stamp set, a bundle like we were talking about. And here is the card we're going to make. It's a fun little opening. I'm going to put my glasses on. So it's this fun little opening like that. But you guys, check out the corn. Look at that corn. I looked it up. It's called Indian corn. And I'm going to show you how to make it. The dies have there are dies for making the Indian corn and the top. And I'm going to walk you through that whole entire thing. And we're going to do the tiniest bit of watercoloring with watercolor pencils, which is a snap to do. So thank you, Tina. So this is our sample card. This is what we're going to make. And let's get started. So here is the stamp set. What attracted me to this stamp set is, first of all, it's not like the most popular stamp set in the catalog as far as the fall or anything. It's one that you might overlook, but it has beautiful images, pears, acorns, flowers, and I love the sentiments. Okay, grateful for you, wishing you many blessings, and hello friend. So you can use it all through the fall and for Thanksgiving, so that it's just barely, not even October. So we've got like 2 full months to send these beautiful fall cards using beautiful fall colors. And here are the dies. So there are dies for each of the images, and little leaf dies. But here are the ones, and I've got them kind of all set out so we can cut them. And maybe we'll actually just do that first, so we can I can show you how to cut these cute little Indian corns. I mean, I've never even seen a set with Indian corn in it. Have you? A stamp, let alone a die. And the fun thing is, this fits in our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, I also have more samples. Okay, I got just crazy cutting out this corn. So check this out. I just started using all different colors of tops, because this is the little top to, I forget what you officially call that. It's attached usually to the husk of the corn. So here are all the little cobs of Indian corn that I made. And yes, Polly, good thing that you got this set, because it is beautiful and fun. And so these are just all different colors. I've used cherry cobbler, early espresso, blackberry bliss, Cajun craze, one of the colors we're using today, which is I knew I might, crushed curry. Aren't those cute though? And then you can put different color tops on them. This is crumb cake and fairy vanilla. Aren't those just darling? Okay, so let's get started, and we'll use one of those on our card, and we'll make one so you can see how it works. One thing I really like, the husk. Okay, pulled off the cobs. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, I'm not like a farmer, so I don't really know, but I count on you guys to tell me. So there are 3 parts to one of the pieces of Indian corn, and I did look that up today, and it talked about the fact that it's not usually eaten it's more used for things like cornstarch and things like that, because it isn't what we normally eat, which is called sweet corn, which has a higher sugar content. But this has beautiful colors, the Indian corn. It also has a couple of different names, but I think that's what we know it by when we see it in our markets and grocery stores, and we mostly use it for decoration. Has anyone ever cooked with Indian corn? I thought that was a good question, because I haven't. All right, so to make your Indian corn, you've got one die that makes the corn itself, and this one will give the different colored kernels. Do you see how it has the little holes in it? See all those little holes? And so you can do those 2 at the same time. And if you want to, I don't know if this will fit on. This is the husk this is the die for the husk. You know, I am actually just going to go with these two to begin with, and then I'll do the husk separately. I don't want to cram them on. And so we'll run these through. And then what I did notice is, in order to get those little holes to pop out of the little kernel die, it's good to run it through twice. Okay, so check this out. So this is your corn right there out of crushed curry, and this is your little kernels, the one that makes the holes for the little kernels. This is one thing about it. It's one of those dies that makes some crumbs, but you guys know I have a very good solution for this, and this is what I've been using all day as I've been playing around. I just get them off the plate as much as I can. I'll definitely have some left over. And then check this out. I just bring in my little vacuum. If you have one of the little vacuums, oh my gosh, this is the perfect way to clean those little pieces up. Perfect, right? Isn't that great? I love that little vacuum. I just love it. Okay, so we've got those two guys cut, and now we're going to go ahead and cut our husk. And I decided to use very vanilla cardstock on this one. And this has an embossed part to it, the husk die. I mean, I just have to say, I think Stampin' Up, hi Carol Schaefer, good to see you from Connecticut. I just think the Stampin' Up is just doing such a great job with their dies, because I don't know if you can see this, but there are lines all completely embossed in there. Can you see that now that I have it up close? Look at those embossed lines that make it so realistic. I just think it's amazingly realistic. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to glue the one piece on top of the other, and all it takes is time. This is a little silicone mat so I don't get glue on my pad underneath. And there are some little spaces where there were not little holes cut, and it's in those spaces you just put the tiniest dots of multi-purpose glue. You don't want to put too much, or it's liable to just, you know, eke out and make it a big mess. But just a tiny bit, and then it matches up perfectly on the edges, so you just put that right on top like that and give it just a minute to adhere. And then this is our husk piece, as you told me, and what you do is you're just going to set it right. Whoa, get it stuck on there, little guy. Okay, I didn't hold it down long enough. Boo-boo. My fault. I know, the vacuum. Amazon, you guys. Amazon, $9.99. They come in different colors. There's even like a ladybug. There used to be a ladybug one that you could find. Okay, so then I'm just going to put a little glue on the back here, not too much, and adhere this right on to the husk part. And we're just going to set this aside while we work on some more of the card. A little bit of glue came out of there. Okay, so we'll just set this aside so it's nice and dry by the time we're ready for it. Okay, let's make the rest of our cards. So to make this kind of, like a little minor fun fold card, because it's a little bit unusual, a little bit different. So this is crushed curry cardstock, and it's cut at 5.5 by 7. This is 7 inches and scored at our standard 4 1/4. So you have this nice little flap that flaps over. Now the paper that I used on my sample, I didn't have any more of this particular sheet from the Inked Botanicals designer series paper, so I thought this would be nice, and I wanted to show you the measurements and how to cut this piece for this particular fold. So the first thing we need is a piece 2 5/8 by 5 1/4. So here we go, 2 5/8 by 5 1/4, just like that. And then the second piece we need is 2 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'll show you how we do that. Okay, I actually think that's about all that we even cut on this card. I did quite a bit of pre-cutting because we are going to do a little watercoloring here. Easy watercoloring, easy. Okay, don't get scared, it's easy. So these two pieces fit in just like that. And then I have a little very vanilla piece, which is 2 by 5 1/4, and those two will go on the inside. So this would be where you would write, and then this shows on the outside for you. So let's get those glued down. Now the one little trick with this is, in order to make it, let me just show you, in order to make it look consistent like a regular card, you know, with no break here, I have the DSP measure to come right up to the edge like that. So when you see the card from the front, you don't totally notice. Anyway, it's all consistent is what I mean to say. So that's the only little bit of a thing you have to remember when placing your designer series paper here, is bring it right up to the edge and leave the framing on the other 3 sides, just like that. Okay, so there's the front piece. Then we'll put in this piece. Oh, Cindy, you bought the black machine, the black little vacuum. I just love mine. I mean, I think it's amazing for stampers because we have so many crumbs. And I also sometimes take it over next to my die cutting machine. When you have, like I have the die cutting machine here, but I have a bigger one over there. And so sometimes when I'm doing a lot of die cutting with little pieces, it really comes in handy. Okay, now we'll go ahead and glue our very vanilla piece down right here and just get that right next to the other piece. There, isn't that nice? So it looks like all we need to do now is decorate, but it looks very consistent all the way across. Okay, so I have already die cut. No, I'm going to die cut. I thought I did die cut, but I didn't. Okay, we're going to die cut a circle to put our corn and decorations on. I had forgotten about that. Where is my circle? This is always a question. Where is my circle? Oh, here it is. Okay, right next to me. Okay, so I'm using very vanilla because we wouldn't want to use Whisper White, or rather Basic White, because it would be shocking. This card uses very vanilla because it's kind of a soft look. And this is a die from the Stylish Shapes dies. It's the largest circle die, and it has stitching, which I really like. If you don't have a Stylish Shapes dies, whenever I have the opportunity, I usually let you know that this is one of my basics. This is the die set if you haven't seen it. And all of these dies are stitched on both sides. So if I had cut this square correctly, I could have used that edging, has the stitching on it also, and so does the inside. I just think that it's such a classic, traditional, great die set. Okay, so we won't work with this now, but we know it's going to go here. Now we're going to do a little bit of watercoloring, and I'm going to show you these leaves. I really like these leaves. They are part of the die set with the Fruitful Blessings set. And I'm going to just show you something a bit fun now. Here it is. So I have some of the easiest watercoloring can look the prettiest, okay? So yes, you do need the stylish shapes, Linda, definitely. So I'm going to show you how to watercolor real easily. Do you guys have the watercolor pencils? Okay, they're made to be used with water or by themselves, either one. I'm kind of doing a little straightening here to make some room. And what you do, you can use them all kinds of different ways. You can wet the surface and then watercolor. You can wet the surface and then use the pencils, but most people use the pencils and then watercolor. And you can color something in very detailed and add water, but here's what I'm going to do. I want to cut out 2 sets of leaves. Okay, I need enough for 2 of these. And I'm just going to make some fall looking background type of thing. I'm just going to do this. This one is, there are 2 sets of different pencils, and I have to tell you, I've got them all combined. I don't know which set this is from. This is Crushed Curry. And I have a feeling maybe they just went down to 1 set. I don't know, but each set has plenty in it. Okay, so I'm just adding any colors I want. I'm going to add in some cherry cobbler. And the reason for that is I think it will go with the cherry cobbler in the corn, the Indian corn that we did. So I'm just, a child. You could have a child help you with this, a grandchild. And you just add color, lay down the color. Then I'm going to add a little Cajun craze just to deepen it. Okay, wherever I want. I'm just doing my own thing. There is no rhyme or reason to any of this. And then this one is early espresso to get a little darkness, just a little depth. I mean, so far, you can do this, right? Easy peasy. Okay. Then I'm taking one of the water painters, and I did not clean off my brush tips, so that's why it still looks a little cherry cobbler-ish. And you don't need to do a lot of water. You just press till a little water comes out, and then you just do this, okay? Is this easy peasy or what? And I'm just pressing to get a little more water as I go. I'm using some circular motions to try to kind of get rid of the lines, even though it's not a big deal. There you go. That's it. That is it. Now, this would actually be a pretty background sheet for a card. And I didn't use watercolor paper. I just used very vanilla. This is not a big deal. But in order to save time so I don't have to set it, normally I might set it aside if I wasn't in a big hurry, but I'm going to use my heat tool and just blast it for a few minutes. On the front and the back. Oh, you can, Cindy. You can use blender pens over them? Wow, I didn't even know that. There's so much that you can do with this stuff. Okay, so I just heated it for just a flash of a second. And now what we're going to do is cut out our leaves. I don't know where that came from. Okay. So now I've got enough area to do, whoopsie, 2 fall looking leaves. I think this looks like fall leaf colors. So what I'm going to do is just cut a couple of strips to cut out my leaves. And I can see that this part is a little bit lighter than this one. So I'll cut one of the lighter and one of the darker. But you know, choose whatever area of the color looks best to you. Okay. And I'll show you how quick and amazing that was. Check out these leaves. Isn't that just quick? And look at that. I'm going to hold it right up. This die also has some embossing of the veins of the leaves. I think that is, I just think it's a super quick and easy way to do watercoloring, because I know a lot of people are like, ooh, watercoloring. But this just takes all the problem out of it if you have a problem, and it just makes it totally, totally fun. So I'll bring this up so you can watch it go through. Thanks, Becky. Hi, Cherie. Good to see you. So there we go. And the thing is, it's not, let me save my die or I'll miss it later. Doing it this way, what I like about it is that you're ending up with something that is different, okay? You could definitely do it out of a cardstock and that would be just fine. But I think it's just a little different. And I had pre-done some light colored ones. So I'm going to use 3 of those. And where is our circle that we cut out? Here it is. Okay. So we've got our circle. We've got 1 piece of corn, and then I thought I would add one of these. Maybe I put the one I wanted in here. No? I don't know. Let's see. So these are our 3 leaves. And we'll put that more yellowish one on the top. I'm thinking I want one of these darker corns, but actually, I like to mix up the crumb cake and the very vanilla. But now I'm actually even really liking one of these others that I had pre-cut. Like this one, red. I'm kind of liking that. I think we'll use those 2 from my little stash. I've got plenty more for plenty more cards, don't I? Okay, so what we're ready to do is put our, you can do this in any order that you want. What I preferred is to get my circle on my card so that then I can position the corn and the leaves the way I want them to be on the card. If I positioned them on the circle separately, I'm afraid I wouldn't be happy. Let's just say that. Yeah, the leaves are very detailed, Cherie. So because I set my circle where I want it to be, I'm just reaching under to put some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I'll lay my circle down. And the one trick, of course, is don't put dimensionals all over the back, because you want this to open. Okay. And here I'm going equally from side to side and up to down. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, but don't hold me to perfect, but it's not too bad. Okay, then what I'm going to do is put my corn on, and then we'll slide the leaves in. So to put the corn on, what I'm going to do is put a dimensional on. I want to overlap the little tips of the corn, kind of like this. So I put a dimensional right in between. Oh, and by the way, by putting the dimensionals on the card rather than on the circle, you don't turn it over and end up with a dimensional sticking out there so it shows. It scared me, so I just checked. I'm like, oh no, did I have a dimensional sticking out there? But I didn't. So another little tip. Okay, so we're going to adhere the corn, and I'm just going to put a few more dimensionals on there and stick that on. I always like the dimensionals. I think it makes a much prettier card because everything is raised up. I think it just makes it much prettier. So let's see. Okay. I mean, already it's pretty cute, right? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to stick our leaves down in. I'm going to just ponder here how I want them. And actually, I think I might just cut off that little tip right there and see how we might want it. I know some people might feel that they would put the leaves on before the corn, but this is just me. This is kind of how I do it. And I think I'm just going to pull this up and put a few little dots right in there under my leaves so nobody can see. They'll be invisible. I'm just sticking the leaves to the circle. I like to leave them loose because I think, again, it gives a much better dimension. Okay, let's see, how should I do these? Let me do this little cutoff thing again, and we'll see if we don't want to stick that right under there. Do you do this? Just play around with it? I'm just going to put a little glue and just stick it right in. Lift this up just a little bit, nobody will ever know, and stick it in there. And you slide it in, and there you go. And then we'll do this on this upper side also, the upper edge. I like this because it pulls in the other colors there. Let's see, I think this is a good idea. Let's just stick this down under the circle, actually, just like that. And then what I did with my other one is I kind of put little bows in here with the baker's twine, because when I looked up Indian corn, it had these things tied with, there would be, you know, there would be twine around that. So let me see what I might do here. I might do just something a little bit different, just tie kind of like, okay, let's just tie a big bow and we'll just see how that looks. I just think it needs a little something in there. And just we'll pull that out. We can actually just stick that on with a little glue dot. So I'm going to grab a glue dot. Oh, bye, Cindy. Good to see you. Anthony, thank you so much for the cards and the bookmarks from the cathedral. I showed them at the beginning. I don't think you were here. I showed them to everyone. They are so gorgeous. Someday I would love to go there. I just want to thank you, Anthony. I just got them over the weekend and they are so pretty. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so there's our little bow. We'll just pull this out a little bit. And we still need to do a little sentiment. I knew this would take a bit of time. So let's see, I have a tiny little piece for a tiny little sentiment. This one says, hello friend. I thought it would be a general, kind of a nice general sentiment. Let's see, I'm going to put it right down here. Okay, that's good. We'll do it, whoa, we'll do it quickly. Trying to get ink all over the place. And I'll bring in my little, I sure wish they would have these again, these cute little trimmers. I just love my little trimmer. And you can just trim these little pieces so easily. Just get it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to angle it here, and I think we can just stick it in right there. This I'm not going to raise up, I'm just going to put a little glue on, and this will finish our card, and then we'll give away a prize if you guys are ready. Yes, catch up on the start, Anthony. They did arrive. I was so excited. I love getting envelopes from you. They're very special. They're always different shaped than our US envelopes, so I always know it's going to be something special. Okay, so there are the two cards. Aren't they pretty fall cards? I think this is a gorgeous set. You guys are going to love it. and especially the corn. You know, one thing I've noticed is, I'm going to just come back here. I like when I see a die set that has something very unusual, like this corn, this Indian corn. I always like to grab it, because it's not something that you see all the time. I mean, I've never seen Indian corn as a die. And so now I always, if I ever want Indian corn, an Indian corn die, I have it. So our gift today from last week, the gift, everybody that put prize last week was entered into the prize drawing, the random number generator, for this retired, not available, thin, I want to say the right thing here, crinkled seam binding ribbon in white, the one that we colored so much in the past. And so I wanted to, this is my last one. And the winner is, I hope she's on here today, Marcia Fonte. I've seen the other Marcia, but I haven't seen Marcia Fonte. So, but I know her address, and I will definitely get this to her. I am having a hard time giving it up because you can color it every color. I love it, love it. So congratulations, Marcia. Good job. Now, oh, here it is. The prize for next week is a package of mini Stampin' Dimensionals. You know, on Fridays, I'm giving away the fun fold cards that we make on Fridays. So that's what's always the prize on Friday, as long as I still have fun folds. I've got so many that I got it backstage. So mini dimensionals come in very handy on fun fold cards. So that is the prize for next week. So if you put the word prize today, you will be entered to win a package of mini Stampin' Dimensionals next week. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I see my bangs are just kind of, I don't know what's wrong with them. It was so great to have you and make cards with you. I totally enjoy it. Get that Hanukkah stamp if you want it, and if you know some Jewish friends. It's really a beautiful stamp, and if I get mine, we'll make something using it as soon as I get it, because Hanukkah does come up in December and I want to be ready. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful week. I'll see you